Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of eXp Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Grit and Grace, featuring ambitious and inspirational small businesses in Indian River County, exploring their pursuit of success and how we can continue to help them thrive. And now your host, Sarah DePardo.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So we are here talking to small business owners in Indian River County, especially in Vero Beach, Florida, talking to them about the ways that they are helping our community, their commitment, their passion, how they got started, the story behind their business and the name, all of the success that they've had. We are excited today to have Brittany Norer, and she's a local photographer here. Welcome, Brittany. We're excited.
Thank you for having me, Sarah. I'm super excited to be here.
So when did you start with photography?
Well, as a professional, really got started as a business owner about 2 years ago, but I've been a hobbyist for probably about 10 years now.
Nice.
With professional DSLR cameras. But even before that, I always had a disposable or some sort of little camera in my hand taking pictures of every little moment.
Yeah. I remember the last time I took a disposable camera to, I think it was Walgreens, to see about, this is like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
to see about getting it developed. It was going to be like over $100. I was like, what?
I know. And that's the only way we used to get our pictures back.
I know.
And now to think it's like instantaneous, our phones,
I
our
know.
cameras.
I don't even think I got it done.
No.
Wonder where that camera is now. So why the name Norer Photography?
A little bit of a homage. I do that with a lot of things. I like to pay respects to people that got me into things. So Norer is my last name, and it's to let my father's legacy move on. Many people know I lost my father a few years ago, and when that happened, I kind of lost my drive for the business side of photography, my passion for even taking pictures. I know when you lose everything you love the most in life, it takes away a lot of other stuff that you have your passion for. So that was me passing my dad's name along. I wanted to give him that credit to, keep his memory alive.
Yeah.
And
That's really
his
special.
grit is what kept me going.
Yeah, that's really special.
And then the aperture in the center of the O is paying homage to one of my greatest friends, Austin Russell, who also got me into photography. So
Very cool.
he has an aperture tattoo. I thought it went hand in hand, and it's a clear-cut way to say I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
Besides the name photography.
That's true.
Yeah.
And he knows, obviously.
Yeah,
There
he
you go.
does.
What did he say when you told him? that
He
you
was
were
pretty excited about that, but he hates sometimes how humble I am about things. And that he reminded me that this was my dream and I was following it.
Yeah.
So.
So what made you ultimately, like before, when you were just doing it as a hobby, and then you were like, you know what, I might want to do this like for real.
Yeah.
What happened? What made you, was there like a turning point? Was there like a moment where you were like, this is my jam?
I always loved it, like I said, but I think it was living with Austin, watching him start his business, watching him grow, watching him edit, and I was so intrigued by it all. I was
Very
like,
cool.
this is interesting. So then kind of just became his little shadow. We did a wedding together. The timeline's blurry of how things happened, but it was just seeing what he was doing. I loved it. And then I started taking pictures, and people kept kind of complimenting me on my work and saying that I had that natural eye.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe I do. Maybe I can tell a story through this. And that's what I like doing. I like telling a story through the photos.
Yeah. So obviously you're here in Vero Beach.
Yeah.
But do you travel to locations for people?
I can. My situation's a little tough. I don't have my driver's license right now, but where there's a will, there's a way.
That's true.
I have made my business these last 2 years running on an electric scooter to get to shoots here in Vero.
That's right. I did see you come in on a scooter. It was so cute.
Yeah, which is great because that gets me everywhere here in Vero.
Yeah.
But I do get shoots outside of Vero.
Yeah.
And when that happens, sometimes I have to phone a friend, use a lifeline, or, there's Uber. There's great options out there right
But
now.
you're willing and
Yeah, absolutely.
obviously capable.
Yep, I was going to do a wedding in Ireland before.
Do you
unfortunately,
need
the
an
pandemic.
assistant?
Yes, many. As
I
long
can
as
hold bags really well.
Perfect, you're hired. But yeah, I'm willing to go anywhere. I actually just this morning got signed up for a shoot in Daytona Beach in January, so I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
Mhm.
So feel like some photographers have like certain things that they like doing more.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I know there's some, photographers that only do maternity or newborns or weddings, or you know what I mean? Like they gravitate to just those platforms. Or is there anyone that like you really gravitate to, or are there many? You like it all right now?
Just like I am personally, I am with my photography, and that's all over the place.
Aren't we all,
Yeah.
ultimately, if we really want to be honest?
Well, and when I first got a teacher, he was telling me, he's like, hone in on a niche, because then you practice that over and over and over again, and you become so good at it. People know you and trust you for that type of photography. And I get that. I really do. So if I had to say one, it would be a photojournalist style of shooting, where I like to be more candid, capture moments, and tell a story through it. So while I love doing family portraits, I love doing maternity sessions, engagement shoots, that kind of stuff, I really do like being more like of a photojournalist and just capturing moments, let you guys kind of go do what you want to do in the moment, even if it is for a family session.
Yeah.
But love events. I love taking photos at events because you can tell a story.
So I personally used you for our Christmas photos with me and my boys, and I absolutely love them.
Good.
And the experience was top notch. I've done Christmas photos with them, like, since my oldest was born. So every year, just about, I've used a different photographer. Some of them went out of business or prices were astronomical. But ultimately, I had the most fun with yours because if you're not familiar with how she does her Christmas shoot, she does you do the mini one.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like a half-hour time slot, right? And like, you arrive, like there was huge tables of like hot cocoa and like all these treats and like charcuterie boards for like all like cookies and all. And I was like, whoa.
I try to make it an experience.
It was, it really was.
Photography can be intimidating for a lot of people. So right when you come into the holiday mini sessions, it's set up to where you have someone greeting you. You can see another family already getting their pictures and having fun. There's snacks. I made sure there's treats for the kids to keep them enticed and happy.
Yeah.
Or I have assistants behind me making noises and being big to grab the attention, make kids smile.
Right.
That's what it's about. I want to make it a good experience for everyone involved, not just mom or dad or the kids. Like everyone has a good time. My favorite part of hearing is it's a good experience. Yeah. I had, I think, 4 or 5 repeats from last year, which was my first year. And I kept hearing the kids couldn't wait to come back.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I was like, that's the best compliment I can get, even better than I loved my photos.
Yeah, well, and you were so fun, too, because with my boys, it's hot out. It's Florida, it doesn't matter what time your session's going to be.
Oh, my gosh, no.
It's hot.
It's
so she had everything set up. We had 3 different little stations that we went to and setups, and they were already ready. You had your assistants helping, us gravitate and move places, and you already had ideas, to like spitball to us and the kids, and they had a blast. They had a blast. There was a really cute one. I haven't shared it yet because I've been holding back for the holidays, but I have a really cute one, a couple actually, that you did with them. She had this beautiful couch, and they had the pillows, and they're like about to like go at each other with this pillow fight, and it's so adorable. Yeah, and the smiles on their faces are truly genuine. Yes.
I tell the kids, I'm like, have a pillow fight, or we're going to pretend we're putting the star on the tree.
Yes.
The like older siblings holding the tree up, and the other one's putting the star.
Yes.
So yes, it's posed, but it looks real life.
Like, but they're having fun.
Exactly. And the kids are smiling. They can't wait. And then I'm like, hot cocoa. Everyone gets excited. So
yes.
I'm glad. Thank you for the feedback.
No, I absolutely had a wonderful time and look forward to booking it for next year. And definitely will use you for other things too. So going back to you travel, you do, lots of different types of shoots, and you, what about hours, days? You're kind of open to everything?
Yeah. There's no real time I'm not working. Any any business owner knows that.
Yep.
But most of the time shoots are during the day. So I can book anywhere from when the sun rises for a beach sunrise shoot, or when the sun sets, or for a concert, a nighttime event. I was leaning away from that for a while because the camera I was using wasn't capable of capturing great quality photos in low light, but just upgraded. So now I'm going to be offering a few more services that I'm really excited to announce in 2023.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, I'm excited to hear too. She did not tell me.
I'm sorry, it's still quiet.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you haven't, had a chance to shoot that you really want to? Like any other, I think you've done newborn, right?
Yes.
And like,
I've done very newborn, like the first 2 weeks. Something I would really love to do that I haven't done is a live birth.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, when I started the photography business, it was during the pandemic times. So hospitals were not allowing anyone in the rooms with women.
Yeah.
A few doulas reached out to me. But again, it's a very open, intimate time.
Yes.
I think that's going to happen probably with someone I'm more established with personally.
Yeah.
That's like with my boudoir photography. I do offer that service. I don't advertise it a lot because it's a very intimate setting where my studio is my home. So you're coming into my home. I'm allowing you in that space.
Right.
You're also allowing me in your space. It's a very vulnerable shoot for some women,
Right.
men too. And not everyone's like, I'm so comfortable with taking my clothes off. But I've gotten a lot of great clients from it and made some men and women feel really good from that. And so it's a very rewarding session. I'd like to get into it more. But that, like I was telling you earlier, it's a niche that you really got to put a lot of effort and work into and practice your style of shooting, your posing to really keep up with the other photographers that are doing that.
Yeah. So you upgraded your camera. What did you upgrade to?
So I went from actually I have them here with me.
Oh.
So I will just show everyone the differences too. I have went from a Canon girl. So I will always be probably a Canon girl. But I went from a Rebel T7i crop sensor camera to now, I'm just kidding. This is a 5D Mark V, the newest 5D model out right now, which is still a mirror camera. There are new series out right now that are mirrorless. So a lot of times when people are shooting, you hear that click, 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 click shutter. Or it's the mirror, excuse me. The mirrorless doesn't do that, which is very nice. But I'm a little old school and slow to get the newer stuff. I like to really do my research and see what I'm coming. So yeah, I did just upgrade to a full frame. And basically what that means is just instead of a crop sensor, it's smaller. It's going to take a more full picture, a little clearer, a lot more mechanics in that camera than what I was working with. So it's exciting.
All right.
Not to get all nerdy and technical on that.
I love it. It's great that you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah. I'm very much still learning. I'm excited to learn. I'm open to learn. Got a lot of growth still to go.
We all do. We all do. I feel like in any type of business, if you get to a point where you don't care about growing anymore, then it's time to either change jobs or retire.
Yeah.
So
never say stagnant in anything in life.
Well, we're about to take a break, and when we come back, Brittany's going to help me learn how to pose properly. Should be a laugh.
It'll be fun. We'll both laugh at ourselves.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make homeownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, CaliberHomeLoansTreasureCoast.com.
At Compass Pest Control, we focus on killing pests where they live and breed by terminating them outside your home or office before they can get in. Hi, I'm Chris Hudman, owner of Compass Pest Control. We prevent roaches, ants, and other pests from getting inside with a proactive approach. We don't stop there. We also offer lawn and plant health programs. And we'll never sell you something you don't need. At Compass Pest Control, our prices are competitive. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Get a free estimate. Visit CompassPests.com.
It's time time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Waves Auto Spa, known as Vero's fastest and finest. A car wash known for their quality equipment and attention to detail by a friendly and courteous staff. Waves offers soft cloth technology, and a top-notch detail center will help preserve the value of your car. Waves now offers windshield chip repair, and in most cases, it doesn't cost you a dime. Spend less time and get a better quality experience for you and your car at Waves Auto Spa, US 1 Vero Beach, across from Kmart Plaza. Open 7 days a week.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So we are here with Brittany Norer with her photography business, Norer Photography, and she is going to try
Stop it.
to teach me how to pose.
She acts like she's not a professional already. So when we'll just kind of like go over headshot poses.
Okay,
when
bring it.
I'm always working with people in headshots, I tell them, one, to be themselves. Don't try to be someone you're not in your headshot, because you are trying to represent yourself there. So don't misrepresent yourself right off the bat. But what I always love telling people is we stagger things. If we stagger things, what we're creating is lines and angles. And we're not like full frontal, hey, look at me. Like, I have broad shoulders. If you put me in a tank top, I'm like, so one thing I always do is I drop my front shoulder. Yep, perfect. A little side face, chin. You give face, all that. Strong poses. You know, if we got a lawyer in house, we're going to be crossing those shoulders. I'm doing it very aggressively because I couldn't see him. But strong poses. And again, we stagger in the shoulders. One's kind of up a little higher in the back. One's dropping down low. We're giving like clavicle lines if we're showing them with a blazer and a low cami. That kind of fun stuff. And then there's those kind of poses are so different from like your creative, your portrait sessions. You see high fashion shoots too with models. Like, it just depends on what you're getting into for that. But always for headshots, I just always suggest like little side. Don't open the chest up straight to me. Little side. Then we can get into legs too, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. How do you like to try to keep growing? Because we were talking earlier about, you know, how growth is really important in what we do. And,
Absolutely.
you know, being stagnant at all, definitely you find you have to pivot in some way or get out of it, you know? Absolutely. So how do you try to keep growing with your business?
I use a lot of free options for growing, like with marketing and such like that. The social media is great. I don't have a website right now. Maybe eventually I will, maybe I won't, because there's great software out there too. I've done a lot of research on software. What are the inexpensive options? Like, people tell me all the time, like, oh, I use this. And then I look at the price and I'm like, if I do that, I'm going to have to raise my prices.
Right.
I'm in this to make a profit. Don't get me wrong. All business owners are.
Yeah.
But the main reason I got into this was give inexpensive photography to people, make sure people are getting those family portraits that maybe just went through a divorce or lost a job. And like, I don't have $500 to spend on holiday photos this year, but I do have $150, especially for 3 sets and a charcuterie board of hot cocoa. And it's not to knock anyone else what they're doing. They may be using more expensive equipment.
But this is your style.
But my style.
This is your brand.
Yeah. So I've kind of kept it low key with that. Like, I don't take on more than usually 2 shoots a week unless it's very needed. So I just spread the word with my business. Social media, doing some events here in town have really helped me, like doing the turkey trot, working with Do You Give a Ruck, a local veterans organization. You know, they're very gracious to me with helping spread the name and show my photography. And honestly, in Vero, your work and your reputation are really what's going to get you places. So it's the word of mouth here.
Yep. It really is.
Yep.
So you're undoubtedly busy. You work at the Kimpton Vero Beach Hotel.
Yes, yep.
And then with your photography business, and you have some family at home that live with you, 2 little
I have the newest members of the family are my two boys, the ducks. I have 2 Peking ducks. And then I have a 15-year-old dog, Ty, who's been my rock in life, and the rescue cat, Bane, who is an outdoor cat, actually, but he's a trap, neuter, and release cat.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, anytime you want to have a good laugh, you need to look up her social media and watch the stuff on her ducks, because it is hilarious and absolutely adorable.
Yeah, please follow my personal page for all the duck content.
That's what we're really here for.
I know,
Brittany.
it's okay. I accept. If that's getting me photo sessions,
There you go.
I take it.
I will come do photos if you bring the ducks.
Every boudoir session gets a duck booking too.
So how do you take care of yourself? You know, self-care, especially like you said, we as business owners, we work 24/7. And some days, weeks, months, it's nonstop. Every day you're doing something for work. So self-care and taking care of mental health, in my opinion, is super, super important, because burnout is real and can happen so fast and ruin the entire experience and take away from your growth. And I really feel it's important to talk about it and voice how we all do our own self-care and mental health care, because we might help someone else.
Yeah.
So
that's something actually I talked about with a lot of newcomers to photography, is the burnout. Like, it will happen. You're going to ride that pink cloud of people are booking me. And it's like, well, probably because you're offering free photo sessions to build your portfolio. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Please don't. So for me, what I've learned is setting healthy work boundaries where, yes, I can shoot 5 to 6 shoots a week, but that means I'm going to be up editing all night, which means I'm going to get lack of sleep to go to my other job.
Right.
That means my animals are going to suffer on top of, most importantly, I'm going to suffer. And then, of course, my clients are too. So I'm not going to meet deadlines. I'm not going to be any fun on a shoot because I'm going to be exhausted. So I set limits and limitations. Like, sometimes it's hard to accept that we have to do that for ourselves. But we do.
Yes.
Because again, if you're not good to yourself, you're not going to be any good to anyone else.
Right.
So
one of the things I have found that's hard about being a business owner, and I'm sure you 100% understand this, is saying no is hard, because you want the business. You don't want them to say, okay, fine, and then they go somewhere else to someone else. And then also in this day and age with social media, it's hard because, you know, if you say no to somebody, they could go on social media and blast you just because you set a boundary so that you could get some rest and not overdo it. But, you know, it's a world of me. So unfortunately.
Well, that goes with the self-care too, of you can't care what everyone else is doing in their business or what everyone's going to think of you. So there's times other photographers have warned me, like, hey, I sent this person to you. I'm going to warn you, I didn't get a good vibe from the conversation. And I'm already picking up on it. So just like people can pick your business, I'm going to pick my clients sometimes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Ditto.
You can't bring on things that are you can't bring on things into your life that are going to bring you down.
Yes.
And any negative energy is going to bring that. We are what we put ourselves around.
Yes.
So
I want to take a moment and really make sure we mention that you do a lot for this community. As a photographer, I find you to be very rare. You do so much for this county. Like you did the turkey trot, and some of those proceeds for your services went right back to it. And then you do a lot with the Do You Give a Ruck? And I think that it's absolutely beautiful. So if you ever want to look up Brittany and her business, you will find a ton of things that she's doing in our community that's amazing. I want to take a moment and thank SALT for donating passes for our guests. So Brittany, you get to go to SALT, get you a little bit of self-care, and you can bring a friend.
Thank you.
So hope you enjoy that. Want to thank everybody for listening, and don't forget that you can donate to our show. We're always looking for sponsors to put here on the screen, always looking for people that want to continue growing our community of small businesses. So if you want to be on the show and find that, you know, you could use a little bit of sponsorship as well, let me know. We want to make it happen. So thank you again for listening, and thank you, Brittany, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I sponsor our show here a lot with Sarah DePardo Health and Fitness and healthyandfitwithsarah.com. You can find more about my business on there, as well as my Instagram, Sarah DePardo. Hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. See you guys in 2 weeks.